That's the fucking hit. Just hit record. Let's go.
We're going.
Oh, we're going?
We're going?
Yeah. This is podcast number who fucking knows? Chaille, rock star, fucking, what did you put out? 6 in 6 days or 7 in 7 days?
It's over 8 hours. No, it's more than that. Shit.
It was 11 hours. Someone tweeted it. You put out a fucking news special and 11 hours of podcast this week. Good work.
Yeah.
Well, that was a lot of Vegas. Vegas was fucking crazy, and is Vegas done yet?
Yeah.
I mean, it will be by the time people hear this, but we taped a shitload.
I'm gonna keep putting them out next week or this week as well, because we got so many that we can get through. I mean, we got stuff that we just kept This is why they're coming out now. Is we would get 2 or 3 ready to go, and then something would jump ahead. The prisoner guard and prisoner. Yeah. So then that would go in front, and then those would get pushed back, and then something else, the FunHouse court, well, the incident before that, So that's what happened, and we're just kind of cleaning the house.
Yeah, and we go on the road. Hey, people listening, yes, we're going back on the road. I am same as last time, where I'm going to be your host, your middle act in between comics, and then go up at the end.
Which means
I'll be doing the exact same amount of time.
You start the show. Get there on fucking time.
Yeah, maybe we change it up midway through, but let's throw out the dates right now. I know we start in Amarillo September 27th. We're driving this whole fucking thing with Andy Andrist and Junior Stopka and whatever special guests we can cull along the way. Amarillo, Oklahoma City, not that same fucking horrible venue we used to play. Fucking Hennigan fucked me on one.
One?
There's one that I said never again at least 2 different times, and then we'd show up there. Like, we told Hennigan never book this again. But Hennigan, I think last time they had it seated. It was Zydeco in Birmingham, Alabama. And I go, it's one of those venues, and if you've seen a lot of my shows, there's those venues where I have to say, shuttle your short people to the front, because it's all standing, and it's always the tallest fucking douchebag NBA player standing right up front, and some small girl behind him. But I guess it was seated last time, so maybe Zydeco isn't horrible anymore. But yeah, we're doing Arkansas. Listen, when you see Amarillo, Hot Springs, Arkansas, Birmingham, Peoria, yeah, I'm working on new shit still.
Oh, well, I just watched the Unbookables for the first time last night, and I can't imagine Andy doing anything other than what I just watched him do last night. So that sounds like fun.
My problem with Andy, working with Andy, is he was always opening for me, and we're into the same shit. So we'd sit around and watch, fucking History Channel, and it was and you see some reference, you go, oh, fuck, I get... one president called the other president a puzzle wit during the debates in 1861. I go, a puzzle wit? I can't wait to use that phrase on stage. But Andy can't wait either, and he's first. This time, I'm first, motherfucker. Steal the news of the day from me. Because Andy would do, he wouldn't even have bits. You guys know Andy. Betty and Cedric are here, and their kid roommate, and Will Ferrell from the Saturday Night Live is here. Andy would, whatever there's a fucking tsunami or whatever the big news of the day is, and you want to dig into it, and Andy will just go up without a joke and go, tsunami thing, and he'd just step on the premise. So when you go up, you go, oh, I had a bit about that, but you just already trotted all over the fucking thing without having a bit. So now it's my revenge. I'm your MC. I'm your middle act between 2 headliners, Junior and Andy. And then I go up at the end and say whatever else I thought of. Nice. So it's a whole bunch of me in different places. And you know what? I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. Because when you go on the road with Andy and Junior, it's like fucking high school reunion. We're doing this for fun. I'm no longer stressed about, I don't have I'm not really keen on the material I have. It's not really worked out. Fuck you. I'm coming to Amarillo. Eat my dick. You're getting fucking 3 headliners for the price of Adderall.
Adderall is the new cocaine.
It's such a strong stage drug. Hey, Coke, you for the first 15 minutes, you have a million ideas that are half abortions coming out of your head, and you never get to the end of one, and then you get sluggish. Adderall, smooth sailing. I do it to be professional. What are the dates, Chaille?
September 27th, Amarillo, Texas. The 28th, Oklahoma City, OK. I don't know where this place is. It's a new one for us. It's ACM at UCO Performance Lab. So I don't. It's really directed to him. I don't know. Oh, you're chewing.
I was eating wasabi peas, so I stepped away from the mic.
So Oklahoma City's different. Thanks, Hennigan. The 29th in Fayetteville, Arkansas at Mermaids again.
Yeah, it's a fucking fish restaurant, Betty. It's so funny to work there. I did it once. I'm playing a fish restaurant, a seafood restaurant.
Called Mermaids?
Yeah, and it looks like a seafood restaurant. It's not like...
It's a banquet hall for like wedding receptions and stuff.
Right.
But the front is an actual fish house. And the last time we went there, they had recently moved, but Yelp wasn't updated, so we kept circling this one building, going, I don't think they're open. And there's no cars or nothing, there's leaves all over the parking lot. And
not a strange thing to have no cars at a Doug Stanhope show in Arkansas, but
20 minutes before showtime.
This is an old Red Lobster. I don't know that we're in the right place.
I only aspire to one day play the Red Lobster in Fayetteville, Arkansas. This is a mom and pop joint.
So October 2nd is Memphis, Tennessee, back at the New Daisy Theater.
That's fun.
Yeah. And was it? Oh, anyway, October 3rd, Birmingham, Alabama. That's Zydeco. And wait, was that the place?
Yeah, the low ceilings.
Yeah.
And Tommy James was backstage after his wife left him.
That girl fainted in the front row.
No, it's where someone's wife. Oh, it was Junior's wife started giving you shit. He didn't get the light. That first time we went there with Junior, Birminghaming it up. Remember that?
Yeah,
Come
with
on.
Carlos Valencia.
Oh, we're gonna.
So okay,
have some
let me finish.
fun on this one.
The 3rd, Birmingham, it's Zydeco again. October 4th, Chattanooga. It's the Honest Pint.
Chattanooga, the best fucking hotel bar ever at that Days Inn. If you want to fucking bother me, you know you can find me at the Days Inn. What?
Just fucking
Edit it out.
No, don't edit that out.
It is a great bar.
It's a fucking great bar.
Yes.
It's smaller than this bar, and you can smoke. And it has a 24-hour restaurant attached to it. Yeah.
That's right, the diner.
Yeah, I don't know the gig he booked us in. I've never heard of that.
For real, you should probably edit that out. You're going to ruin that.
No,
Actually, all my Chattanooga fans are going to hoard the place. Come on. We're on the lam.
They're already regulars.
I might as well be wearing those Groucho Marx fake glasses with the nose and mustache on this tour because no one knows me where we're going.
October 5th, Nashville, Tennessee, back to Zanies, the Dorfman brothers. October 6th, Louisville, the Laughing Derby at Comedy Cavern. Isn't it Louisville, the place where we
that's
fought Bingo?
The old Comedy Caravan is now called the Laughing Derby.
Yeah.
I remember the green room way in the back.
It's downstairs, yeah.
No, they have a green room, but I can only smoke in the warehouse part. So
Yeah. That's where Cleveland opened for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. October 9th, Peoria, back at Jukebox. And those are the dates we have right now, and we're going to be adding a couple more.
Oh, there's Des Moines. We're going back to Vaudeville Muse.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And St. Louis, back to 2720 Cherokee. Remember that refurbished part of used to be a ghetto, still kind of is?
Yeah.
But they're trying to
Lots of bars on that street. It's nice. And they have the Star Wars dioramas up on the ceiling. I know. I did that for Tracy.
More than me.
That's the place where someone did your medical exam on the merch table.
Oh, yeah. And I found out from my doctor, that's not a ventral hernia. This one that splits the abs, she had some big name for it. She goes, no, the ventral, that's your belly button hernia.
Yeah.
The umbilical is still considered ventral. This is just where your abs split apart because you probably gained weight or coughed them apart from smoking. I did fucking, just to close that up, I don't know if they're adding anything else, but I know we close in Wichita on the 16th somewhere.
Yep.
I love that we're doing a tour a week away and it's still not completely booked. That's how we do shit anymore, because I don't give a fuck.
All of the tickets are for sale at DougStanhope.com through Brown Paper Tickets. So get your tickets now because, last time we went out, didn't even matter. Most of them were sold out. So
Hernia, the inguinal, the one that really bothered me, is gone. This is a week after. I still have 3 more weeks. 4 weeks, can't lift more than 10 pounds. And I'm like, can we stretch that? Because we're going to be on the road for 3 weeks. I want Chaille lifting everything for me on the tour. And I want a scale. This seems more like almost 11 pounds. Chaille, can you get that cocktail for me? It's not an 11-pound cocktail. Please, I have...
what's your largest vessel for liquids here? I want to push the limit.
I've been on that self-imposed plan for the last couple of years.
Don't lift anything.
But I get the surgery and I don't have insurance. So I go, I'm just going to pay cash, not literal cash. I didn't have a fucking narcos, briefcase handcuffed to my fucking wrist. But
I'd hope
I'm going to pay money.
You'd call me if you did. Walk around with you.
Would have been funny to just show up. Well, here's the thing. They don't know how much it cost just to get surgery. They had to call a fucking manager when I went in for the prelim. And they go, and your insurance? I go, I don't have it. I'm paying cash. And she stares at her computer like there might be a button for that. And then stares at me and stares at it. They couldn't tell me how much it costs for surgery.
The last I heard about your surgery was when we podcasted in Vegas, and there was no, you couldn't get an estimate. They still had nothing when you got there.
Well, the place that does the surgery gets their cut. The anesthesiologist gets their cut. The surgeon themselves gets. They're not all together. And as they're putting me under, they go, oh, you know what, Susie Bazell, thank you, Susie Bazell, my own personal anesthesiologist. I feel a little Michael Jackson-esque to have my own personal anesthesiologist. She goes, the surgeon, Katie Arts, nothing like a hot Asian girl. That's what I said when I went in for my preliminary appointment. I go, I'm here to see Dr. Arts. She's going to stab me in the groin with a knife for money. I'm into it. Then I kept going on and on about how it's just a fetish, but I get these hernias on purpose just so she stabs me in the groin with a knife because that's what I'm into.
I imagine they were amused.
Not at all.
No,
not at all. She goes, Susie says, Katie says, Susie had to really fight with them to be able to do this because they also did my umbilical hernia. Betty, who's here, talked me into getting one of my cocktail weenie was sticking out of my belly button. That can become necrotizing. And it was the word necrotizing because I don't go to doctors.
Kimmy
said die from that.
Kimmy also warned you when we were up in Anchorage years ago that could be necrotized. And
well, it was the word necrotizing that sent me to get that one fixed. This time, but they did that for a trade out.
There was a charity associated with.
Yeah, I go, hey, you're going to give me free surgery, and then I did a show and I raised $17,000 for the Humane Society.
They didn't fall for that bullshit this time.
I didn't even ask. I have the money. I can pay for it.
You can't keep going back to that well. Hey,
I
any more charities?
People.
Who likes horses?
You think you have the money to pay for it. You have no idea what it costs.
You know how many pygmy goats are stranded every day on the side of the road? We need a shelter for the pygmy goats.
they said, they really had to hammer, I don't know who, I think the surgery center, to do this again. And I go, why? Because I'm paying for it this time. Last time it was like a trade out kind of funny thing I put on my website. Hey, I'll trade you a free T-shirt and a CD if you give me surgery. And I got it. It was a joke, but it worked.
Yeah.
This time I go, I'll pay for it. But they said, they didn't want to do it. And the only reason they are doing it is because they did it last time for the umbilical hernia. And I go, but what? I'm paying for it this time. They go, yeah, but they lose money. And I'm like,
They charge extra if you have insurance?
if you have insurance,
Yeah.
evidently, they jack the fuck out of you.
Well, they've got a way to charge with
Yeah, I don't-
insurance.
this was
Well, it's
right-
probably not called jacking the fuck out of it, but it's
there's
the
a
same
button
thing.
for it, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There's no button for cash.
No.
There's a button for jack them up.
You're not asking them to exchange rupees. You're asking them the cost. They don't even give you a price. That's
They
the
have
thing.
no idea.
But they're not. The doctors are not. When I got the implant, the tooth implant, when I asked the doctor, I said, "Hey, I got a tooth guy in L.A. Think maybe he can send you one of these teeth, and you could put." He goes, "Look, do you want the tooth or not? Do you want it? You're eating in my restaurant. You're eating my food. All right. That's basically what he's saying." And then I said, "Well, the cost." He goes, "I don't know what cost is. I fix teeth. The front. They're the ones who do the money." And I go, You know what? That's the way it should be. But when someone comes in and says, "How much is it to do this?" Why can't they just say it's $7 million? What they don't even give you a price.
No, they couldn't.
Give me the high, and then we'll talk about where it's going to land.
Well, I'm picturing them giving you a price afterwards. Like, can you return? Can you just give me the hernia back? This is outrageous.
True, he made it.
I'm not paying this. Just untie whatever you tied and give me back the hernia.
Floyd, who lost his asshole to cancer, and moment of silence for
wife.
your asshole.
And more importantly, the
Go ahead.
insurance companies.
I mean, just I got to put in my own personal input here. The way I look at it, I think they charge more for cash. I'm pretty sure the damn insurance companies are getting a slack deal for, frequent flyers. And that was if you go in there desperate and you need to have it done, I think you pay a lot more.
Well, I think what happened with me is because I'm friends with both the anesthesiologist and the surgeon, they couldn't charge me what they charged Joe Blow off the street for cash if
They
he had
felt
$7 million.
Bad for you. And yeah.
Either way. Well, I did end up paying for it, but it was different. Okay, the first person that calls, they go, okay, we need payment up front. And I'm like, I live in Bisbee. I'm 2 hours away. Do you take credit cards? Oh, yeah, we do. And it was $735. And I'm like, holy shit. I was expecting the
Some
first
zeros.
one, the umbilical,
Yeah.
the surgeon, when they were doing it for free, I said, well, what would this normally cost? Because I want to make some kind of thank you gesture. And she goes, between 7,000 and 15,000 probably. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't get you a Red Lobster gift certificate for that. I don't know how to thank you. And that's when I came up with the idea of doing a free benefit show for their charity of choice. Because, again, it's 45 minutes out of her day, and me doing a show is 45 minutes out of my day. So, yeah, that worked out great. But that's more than 100% difference. She's so, I don't know, between 7,000 and 15,000. So when I heard $735, I'm like, holy shit, I'm getting a fucking deal on this. Oh, no, that was just one of the people involved in the entire string of
The receptionist.
people
That was
That was a receptionist cut at the front.
Your
no, that's-
slippers.
That's for me just making this call.
No refunds.
No refunds.
I'll bear hug that hernia right back out of you, and we'll take it right back right now if you're dissatisfied.
Like those squeeze stress dolls. Boonk. Hey, there's a hernia coming out of your ear. Chad, let go.
But again, it was like, even the needle, which I'm terrified of needle, nothing. I watched it go in.
Oh.
It didn't.
But you were on an IV drip, so they had something going through you. Your like
the
Twilight.
initial first needle, I watched it go on my hand. Didn't hurt at all. They were fucking fantastic. The pain meds they gave me afterwards, I took a couple the first day just because I thought I should, but it didn't do anything. I likened the pain to the pain when you get really shit-faced and the next day you wake up and go, fuck, my whole side is like, did I fall down or something? Like, it's all achy. Did I bump into something? It's not like anguish. It's just like, I'm all kind of like bruised. So I didn't need pain pills.
There's no cut. I don't understand why it hurts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like below the skin. I don't know.
What did I do last night? So it was like that. It was fucking magnificent. I love anesthesia.
You were home by like 11, and it's a 2-hour drive. And then I said something about well, now you're probably going to take it easy. It's like you said that same day, it's 1:00, and you said no, they want me to walk 4 times a day starting today. I'm like, what the fuck? But they want you, Floyd, if you want to weigh in.
Well, they wanted me to walk to the chair and back, but I was on a drip. You know, I was accepting.
You're on a
that.
morphine drip. You just had your asshole
I had my
cut
choice
out.
between Dilaudid and morphine, you know, and I just told them to switch it up, you know. Don't surprise me.
I'm glad you guys clarified that because when you said he was on the drip, I was picturing his bag just leaving a trail everywhere he walked.
I'm still on the drip.
There goes Floyd.
Yeah, it didn't hurt at all. Fucking, I was up and around immediately.
Are you still doing the
anesthesia lasted just the perfect amount of time that it took Bingo to drive me 2 hours back from Tucson, because normally if I have to let Bingo drive,
It's serious.
I'd be horrified. So I till she got me home.
First through that tunnel.
Yep. Got me home, and then I was just up fucking running around. I asked him, I go, what did you install, a generator in me? I'm not usually this active, but all went well. So thank you, Dr. Katie Arts with a Z.
Hey, do you still have to do the kick when you sneeze? You were doing the Rockettes kick?
I've only had a sneeze about 3 times since the surgery, and I plug it and
Because you're afraid of blowing out your guts.
yeah, well, I'd blown out the
Stifle it
surgery.
in the upper
yeah.
corridor.
And I had quit smoking for 8 days going into it, and last night was the first night I got like really legitimately Stanhope drunk, and this is
That was it.
I was 8 days before going into it.
You were
Not
you
smoking
had
and
cut
not
down
drinking. I wasn't not drinking. I drank like a drink a night.
Tin can rehab style. You were
Yeah.
you were definitely cutting way back.
Yeah, and then a couple days after, and then I started football Sunday. Fuck it, it's not gonna last. I'll start smoking. But I'd never got really drunk till last night, and I don't remember the end. It was a Xanax. I took a Xanax and came back out, and just like the anesthesia, they usually they do the whole count backwards from 100. They must have just jammed it in the IV, because I remember talking to everyone, making some jokes, and the next thing I know, I'm coming out of surgery. Like, oh, you fucked me. You didn't give me that. How long can I try to stay awake thing?
You didn't get the full experience.
They probably figured you had a high tolerance and just jacked it up.
They're probably bored with my jokes.
All they said to me was, you're going to feel something in about.
Not even that far. And I was
As far
gonna.
as that guy.
I did some manscaping, like, because I know they have to probably shave you, so I did it previously in the night.
To your chest?
Yeah, he was motioning to his chest for the listener.
well-
That seemed weird to me.
No, I
as
did
well,
the whole
Chaille.
fucking full frontal, because you don't want to just. I don't know where they're cutting exactly, because
I figure
it's laparoscopic, so they're not cutting right into the hernia. They're going through the belly button and 2 other places.
You thought they might go under the
But
nipple?
You should have shaved in a message.
I just fucking trimmed the entire thing down and then shaved directly around that part. I didn't want to have like one. Jenny's here. Woo-hoo-hoo. So I was gonna write on my chest with Sharpie DNR, do not resuscitate.
Oh, that's
but I was
funny.
gonna write DNR until after 3 p.m. Because
Like a late checkout.
well, here's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. Anesthesia is so fucking good. I never sleep that good, even with Xanax. But they wake you up right afterwards. They give you drugs, I found out. I go, well, like, if you give me anesthesia, that's good. I'll take a double dose of Xanax and I can sleep 8-9 hours. So how is it that you give me anesthesia that knocks me out while you're cutting through my guts, yet I still wake up half an hour after it's done? Oh, they give you other drugs to wake you up.
The other
'Cause
syringe.
I would sleep for 24 hours. So I wanted to sleep the full anesthesia.
Can you decline the wake up drugs?
I'm sure for a price that
you gotta-
they don't know.
You have to lock out that room for the rest of the day.
Yeah, hospital time is expensive,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, they had to run you right out. You know, it's like you're in the express line, you know.
Turn and burn.
I really
I
wish.
got AC in the car. I can sleep there. Fuck you guys.
You're like you didn't get a drive-through.
I want to, these doctors are friends of mine, but not good enough friends. I want good enough doctor friends that they'll come down and do this shit on the wink, wink, nudge, nudge right here.
Like Civil War surgery.
yeah, fuck yeah. They got the equipment.
It happens somewhere. Third world countries are doing it now.
I
not
did
for
try.
hernia.
I did search. I did hospital shop because you can do that. You need a kidney. You can go online and find out where they do different surgeries cheap. And I did want to do the
eBay?
hernia surgery. What are they? Medical tourism, they call it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that just because it's a funny story.
Out of the
But-
country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I wanted to, I want to be in a place where I can lay on a couch for a week
With a hot doctor.
with a hot dog.
Come on.
You barely even remember that part.
So, shall we break? Because Chad's got some shit to talk
This
about.
guy's been filming the whole time. Should I throw him out?
What about, did you have some thank yous?
You're not periscoping.
No, it's Facebook Live.
I got some thank yous,
I got
but
one hot chick from high school that's watching.
All right.
good.
Hey, Jessica.
Makes
This
it
is
all worth
live.
it.
Are you putting this out live?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You can't do
not,
that.
not supposed to do that.
Do that.
No, you're not supposed to
Do
do
that
that.
shit.
It's off. My bad.
That's
All right, we're gonna take a break. Beat up a youngster.
all right.
Why wasn't he in front of a window? Oh shit! We should get to. Do you want to talk about the Betty? All right, let's take a break.
Yeah.
We'll take a break, and then Betty's going to come back with the big Bisbee standoff shooting, bullets flying through her window. Nothing ever happens on my street. Oh, but it does.
I was there.
Please hold. Hello, Bisbee voters. When you walk into that poll on November 8th or 9th or whenever the fuck it is, you listen to me and you fucking listen good. You're gonna go into that poll booth on election day, whenever it is. It's in November, I think. It's probably a Tuesday. You're gonna look at a bunch of names. You don't know what the fuck you're doing there. You know what you're doing there? You're voting for Jason Lindstrom, Betty's offspring. He's running for a state representative job. Do you know what that means? No, you don't. We don't know what it means. We know he's a good fucking guy. You should vote for him. So all you have to do is go and vote in Cochise County. He's running for Arizona State House District 14. Do you know where District 14 is? No, you don't. You just have to remember Jason Lindstrom and you have to vote for him. You have to tell your friends. When you go to work and all those people that just talk nonsense, just go, oh, I hope you're voting for Jason Lindstrom as though it's the most important thing in the world. Don't add any details because they're going to think you know details. They don't know details. Just keep saying Jason Lindstrom over and over again and act like it affects their job, their children, whatever it is. Get someone dumber than you to vote your way by acting like you know exactly what the fuck is going on. What the fuck is going on? Jason Lindstrom, District 14 State Representative. He's a good guy. And he knows what the fuck he's doing. Just do that. Paid for by the committee to elect Jason Lindstrom. All right. Betty, Nurse Betty, as you know from the podcast, and Cedric. Evidently, there was a 40 cop car tank
it's
involved
crazy.
shooting situation.
I read about this.
I heard about it. Betty lives out on the border, like right on the border. We're near the border. I say I live in a border town. Betty lives where the fucking border patrol drives through her fucking
My
yard.
South 40 just about touches the border.
Yeah. So, and your daughter Kimber lives
Adjacent.
next door.
Adjacent. Next door is it's about a quarter mile away, but that's
So
next door.
According to the police beat in the Observer, at 1:54 p.m. AM.
In the paper, no, they started getting involved at 3:45, according to the paper.
Well, no, it was 5. No, it was 5:45.
Right, but then they go back and say, but there was another call at 3:45.
Okay, so at 1:54 a.m. on a Saturday night, was it? Whatever it was.
Thursday night.
Thursday
morning.
night.
Yeah, whatever.
Bullets fly through Kimber's house.
Well, here's what happened. I woke up about 1:30, and I heard some like it was like somebody driving a tent stake in the ground, and I thought, that's kind of weird. Is it an animal in the roof? Because we've had animals in the roof before. Is it an animal in the roof, or is somebody driving a tent stake in my backyard? You know, it was a strange noise to hear it at 1:30 in the morning. So I kind of try to go back to sleep. Okay, then I hear it again. Pop, pop, pop. I thought, you know what? That's a gun. So I called my daughter, and because she lives about a quarter mile away, which is next door.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I heard some gunfire. You know, get alert. Something's going on out here. And she goes, I think they just hit my house. And so, okay, I heard that. I said, okay, you hang up. I'm going to call 911. This was my first call on my phone.
You hang up first. No,
Yeah,
you hang up first. No, you hang up first.
So, okay, according to my phone, when I went back and looked, 1:49, I called 911. And I say, you know, it's kind of weird, but people are shooting at my daughter's house. I think maybe somebody needs to come out. Now, we didn't know.
Passive aggressive
didn't
Betty.
know.
I don't want to be a bother, but it sees possibly
know, the
live
bullets
rounds
are-
are coming through my daughter's window.
I know this is weird.
Well, so we didn't know. Is there something going on? Is there like a cartel battle going on? I mean, has ISIS invaded my backyard? I mean, we had no clue. Was there one person? Was there a dozen? Was it 20? We had no clue.
Should I vote
No.
for Trump? I don't know. Maybe a wall's a good idea because
Well, we didn't know. So okay, so they go, well, you know, we don't know. We'll have somebody there as soon as we can. Well, then I found out that in Cochise County, there's no sheriffs on duty between midnight and 6 a.m. So if you want to commit a crime, there's the time to do it. There's nobody on duty. They've got to get dressed. They've got to put their gear on. And then they can come and maybe help you out, okay? So at 1:49, I called, nobody came. And then I think Cedric called at 2:02, nobody came. And then finally, 45 minutes later, two sheriffs, one from Sierra Vista, which is
25 miles away.
yeah, and one from Bisbee, and a city policeman, a Bisbee city cop, shows up at Kimber's house.
Which is not their jurisdiction. Betty is outside the city limits, so they
6
get dealt with
miles
by the
outside.
sheriff.
Yeah, 6 miles outside. Now remember that there are 1,200 border patrolmen stationed at Naco, and supposedly there to protect the border.
1,200?
1,200.
Yeah.
When I moved here in the 70s, there were 10. 10.
Yeah.
Now there's 12.
That's before Mexicans discovered fucking and overbreeding.
Well, that's before Betty got away with all that shit when
No,
there was
well,
only
that's
10 people
that's
on the
beside the
border,
point.
remember?
Yeah. Back when
Let's
Betty
stay on
used to
topic here.
sells spilled drugs.
All right, so now there's 1,200 border patrolmen, and what are they there for? Ask
Daisy
Trump.
chain?
No, they're there to protect the border. Well, it turns out that it's not their thing when they're shooting, because that's probably for the sheriff, because it's a state crime and it's the sheriff has to come out. So the border patrolmen, I mean, they didn't know if it was a cartel or ISIS or border security, but they didn't come. They didn't feel it. No chopper.
No
now,
federal agencies,
if-
only county
yeah,
agencies.
if you look at our Facebook page, Cedric, a couple of weeks ago, put a little clip on a helicopter that circled our tomato patch for an hour and a half. Circled the tomato patch for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
But a psycho starts shooting
know,
through your windows.
yeah.
Helicopters down for the
Okay,
night.
so it turns out that my grandson, who's almost 16, was sleeping on the screen patio when these bullets started occurring. Okay, one bullet went over his head, so his mother got him in the house, made him lay down in her bedroom on the floor. 2 more bullets come through the dining room window and one through the kitchen window, misses her husband's head by probably 2.5 feet. I mean, they're whizzing, and he's a big target.
God,
he's
yeah, I know.
300 pounds.
I was gonna say 2.5 feet.
I mean, he's
Jesus,
how
come
wide
on.
is he?
Let's send those guys to fucking
He's a-
target range. Come on, you could have got James.
He is a big target.
2.5 feet either way, you would have hit that guy.
I know.
He's bigger than you, Chad.
I remember.
Don't worry. No, we're saying we're lamenting that they missed.
But it is, it was very dangerous. Okay, so 45 minutes later, 3 guys show up and they go, "Oh yeah, there's the bullet holes. Yeah, they went through your window. Yeah, they lodged. Here's the slug lodged in the kitchen wall. But you know what? I don't see anybody now, so I guess we'll all go home." Which they did.
Yeah.
They just kind of all went home.
You have an active
Reasonable.
shooter,
yeah,
and they come up and go, "Yep, them's bullet holes.
You know,
Have
yeah.
a nice night."
Yeah, there's some bullet holes there. Yeah, they just barely made. Okay, so they went home and throughout you're gonna remember this whole thing too. When I first heard them, I went and woke up Cedric and I says,
No, when
we
you
got
first
some-
heard him, let's go back. You tried to go back to sleep.
No, I didn't, but I woke him up. And
It was
I
the
said-
second
and-
time you thought,
and
"Oh,
I
that's
said-
not a sledgehammer."
I said, "Wait a minute, maybe you should get up, Cedric. I got shooting going." And he went, "Well, so what are we supposed to do?" So he went back to sleep. So
I love Cedric.
Floyd, who lives in the apartment adjacent to my house, didn't even wake up.
I put my gun under my bed and I went back to sleep.
He
Told me
didn't,
that the other
he
night.
didn't care.
He woke up, heard
Normally,
it,
I
grabbed
like
his-
to wake up locked and loaded, and I was just loaded at that point.
Well, finally, Cedric decided to protect the family. So now this you have to remember, this night is totally black. It's the post-hurricane night. The hurricane night where there was no moon, there was no stars. It was so black. You couldn't see anything outside. So after I think Taylor put a couch
Taylor's
in front of
a kid that lives
the tenant.
with you.
Yeah, he lives there. Then Cedric got on the roof with a 38 special. I'm not sure what he was gonna do, but he got up on the roof. Total black night. Okay, this went on. Okay, so we went back to sleep. Okay, 5:55 in the morning. It's now light, and I hear some more shots. Okay, at 6 o'clock in the morning, one of my neighbors calls 911 and says, my tenant, his tenant, just shot me. Okay, he winged him. It's an old flesh wound.
It's a flesh wound.
It's a flesh wound. He winged him, and he's now barricaded in his house. Now, this man happens to be a black person. I have no idea if that related to this
Well,
whole
first
story
of all,
or
it's
not.
very rare in Bisbee.
Yeah, there's not many
I
people
think
that are
this
of
shooting?
black heritage.
Four black people in a town
four,
of
about
5,000.
four.
I'm
Okay, so
guessing he
he-
was a shut-in. I didn't know this one.
Well,
He was a shut-in now.
he went into his little casita, which is in the back of my neighbor's house, and then all hell broke loose. Then the sirens
I saw
blared.
pictures.
Oh, it was
There
probably
were like 40 different vehicles,
about 40
a
vehicles.
tank, a
There was a
helicopter.
tank. There was a helicopter.
How many hours later, though?
This was let's see, that's 6 o'clock.
4 or 5 hours later.
Yeah,
Well.
yeah, and now
Once they found out
all-
it's a black guy, it's like that Cheech and Chong movie where Pee Wee Herman's the front desk guy and he goes, "I think they're Iranian, man." And then all of a sudden the response.
So when we didn't know if there were 20 ISIS invaders coming on our property, nobody really cared. Oh yeah, there's a bullet hole there. They're shooting. Okay, so now we know it's one black man who is. We know his history. The poor guy is. He was
Mentally ill.
He was brain damaged when he was a kid. Somebody ran over the sidewalk on Tombstone Canyon and killed his mother, his
that's right,
sibling,
yeah.
and he was like 7 or 8 years old. Brain damaged him. Everybody knows him in town. We know where he is, and we know it's one man. We know he's now barricaded in his house, and now the troops come out. So it was incredible. I mean, there were guys running
For the
around
listener, this is a rutted old road out at the border. This is not in a city anywhere. There's not a store. There's a house every quarter of a mile on this rutted, washed out dirt fucking road. And I saw the pictures of every county, state, city, tank fucking situation as they're trying to talk this guy
there
out.
were snipers on everybody's roofs. There was one guy I saw, and he had some kind of a weapon that the muzzle on it was like 6 inches in diameter. RPG. He had an RPG.
For the listener, she's showing her hands like a giant gaping vagina. If you watch gaping anal porn, it's a bigger muzzle.
So all these people are out there. Most of the guys are kind of leaning against their cars, not doing a whole lot. They're watching all the
City
guys.
workers.
They're watching all the guys run around the desert. I mean, it was absolutely. They evacuated some houses, but here's Cedric and Floyd were still just home. Nobody cared about them. Nobody wanted to evacuate. We said, well, they're over there, And I was at my daughter's house now. And I said, well, can I just go home? Because that's happening way over there. And can I just, no, it's going to be evacuated. You can't go back home. This is a crime scene. We have an active shooter. And here's Cedric and Floyd and Taylor was there to just in the house. Nobody cared.
No one's
Nobody cared about that.
evacuated at all.
Yeah. There was another house about a quarter mile beyond my daughter's house, and there's a man, a woman, and a 10-month-old baby there. Oh, they forgot about them too. They didn't care about them.
To be fair, Floyd was evacuating into his bag the entire time.
I was passed out and oh, never mind. They had holes in the walls.
Yeah, so that's the story, And what happened eventually was the snipers and all their big megaphones, and they finally got this poor, pathetic, mentally challenged, brain damaged person.
Camp 2. If you've watched the new CISO special, which we'll get to after this break.
So they handcuff him and they throw him down, and he's injured somehow minor. I'm surprised they didn't kill him, but they got him down because those snipers wanted to shoot somebody. They
Hang
just
on,
wanted
this
to
goes
shoot.
back to the unseen, unfinished pilot. Was it his gun?
Who knows how we got the gun? Yes.
So
he had
we
a
don't
gun.
know. That's
No.
yet to be known.
He's
how he had
also
a gun.
already a felon. 15 years ago, he stabbed somebody and he was in prison.
Oops.
Well, he can't have a gun if he's a
Well, he's
a
not
felon.
supposed to, but
Yeah.
who can
Well,
say,
I'm just saying, if he had some kind of mental illness or something that didn't track, then he could probably buy a gun.
Well,
but if
anybody
he's
can
a
buy a
felon,
gun.
well,
Anybody can
some
buy a
there's
gun.
there's got to be
Want a
some
gun?
kind
You
of
can go buy
restrictions.
You want to go buy a gun?
Well, there's
10
people that
minutes,
can't buy a
10
gun.
minutes,
Yeah.
I'll have
It's
you a
called
gun.
a flea market.
10 minutes, you can have a gun in Bisbee.
I
this
can.
guy
I'm
is
not
in
a
jail.
felon.
This guy's in jail now.
Well, he's in jail now. Yeah, and he shouldn't be in jail. Jason has seen him a couple of times and has recommended mental health, therapy
And that leads us right
programs.
back to Bingo's mental health care, also discussed on the new special on CISO.
CISO, what's that?
We'll get to it after this break. But Taylor, he's some boy toy that I assume services Betty when Cedric is asleep. How old? You're a tenant out there on the border.
Haven't you noticed how we pick up all the riffraff when they need a place to stay in Bisbee? So
I
not
won't defend
riffraff.
that. I am riffraff, but
Betty's very
the funniest thing about that night, and it was absolutely hilarious. They're fishing around for this 38 special they mentioned earlier, and Cedric's up there on a stool trying to find it, and Betty goes, "Well, it was right up here." And he said, "I hid it from you last time you were mad at me when we had an argument." That was fucking awesome.
Thank you, Taylor. All right, so that's a good clean break.
Gulch life.
Betty just took a bunch of painkillers and Benadryl, so we'll be back. Chad has a good story, and we got to talk about the new special and how you can steal it, get it for free if you can't just fucking get it for free. I'll explain that. Don't give me a confused look, Chad.
I understand.
Yeah,
I've subscribed and unsubscribed already. I'm way ahead of the game.
and we have to talk about the latest James Inman Unbookables thing. So we'll be right back. Hey, my new special, Doug Stanhope, No Place Like Home, filmed right here in Bisbee, Arizona, is now available on CISO. SEESO.com. Go to CISO.com. It's a live streaming thing like all those other fucking things. But this one, you get a free trial. I know it lasts longer than an hour, and that's how long my special is. So go to CISO.com, and so how about that? This special is free, motherfucker. Big J. Okerson's on the label, Harmon Quest, Rooftop Comics. There's a bunch of shit. It's all comedy. So, check it out. Get the free trial. Watch Doug Stanhope, No Place Like Home, and spread the word about me and CISO. And that free part. Yoink. Wink. It's a fucking all-star cast
What's that?
tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it always?
Floyd. Hey, if you haven't seen the article in the New Yorker, just Google search Stanhope New Yorker. Our entrenched journalist Adrian LeBlanc wrote a great story about that whole Vegas thing in the New Yorker. So look for that. Chad Shank is here. Ggreg Chaille's here. A lot of other people are stepping up to mics. Bingo showed up. Jenny showed up. Cedric and Betty, Floyd. All right, anyway.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get back into this
We
thing.
have a list of things to talk about. You keep talking about who's in the room with you.
I'm trying to read my
Segue.
notes.
You still on anesthesia?
Chad Shank got a ticket.
That was fucking ridiculous. I got a ticket in my Ranger, my Polaris Ranger, which is a fucking souped
It's
up
a
golf
golf
cart.
cart.
Yes,
It's like a
golf cart with big tires.
a
And
hunting
you drove
golf
that
cart.
here tonight, right?
Yeah, it'll go 60 miles an hour if you push it, but for the most part, I use
Street
it
legal.
It's street legal.
Yeah.
I use it to go get hay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking little golf cart.
Betty, you have one of those too, right?
I got a little Kawasaki thing.
Yeah, you-
Kawasaki.
yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Side by side.
You drove
they
my
call it.
nephew to your house in that thing. So you get a ticket to the fucking golf cart?
Whoa.
Sorry.
I was driving down the road, and it's a 25 mile an hour speed limit. Jenny's been pulled over on there for some bullshit before, and the guy was a dick when he pulled her over, and he didn't sign his ticket. And I was like, you don't have to show up. She made me call the court and confirm that she didn't have to show up. But I'm like, he didn't fucking sign the ticket or give you a court date. You don't have to fucking show up. So anyways, I'm on this very restricted road, and I'm watching my speed, and I'm under 30. I'm keeping it just under 30. And I pass a sheriff who's parked on the side of the road. I wave at him.
Was he also in a golf cart?
He was in a blazer. He had to have the AC going because he was dressed in full tactical gear. He may have been ready to go to Betty's house. I'm not sure.
But instead, he decided to stop and give you a ticket.
Well, he was on call for more serious crimes. He pulled me over and he says, do you know why I pulled you over, sir? And I said, I do not actually know why you pulled me over. He goes, do you know what the speed limit is back here? And I said, yes, sir, it's 25. He goes, do you know how fast you were going? I said, 28? He goes, you were going 30. What? I said, I didn't say anything, actually, that I wanted to say at that point because I'm a diplomat and I'm smart. So what I did instead is what I always do when I get pulled over by a fucking
lunkhead,
meathead in fucking full tactical gear is I open my wallet to take out my driver's license where it also shows my military ID because that helps ease the situation immediately.
Young Taylor was just talking about getting out of a ticket for being military. It works.
That's how it works. When I rode my motorcycle, I joined the American Legion so I could wear a vest that said American Legion on the back. It cuts down.
I take a knee during the national anthem now just because they allowed you to serve.
It cuts down on the bullshit most of the time. What I forgot to do is I have to move my medical marijuana card so
you beat me to it, bastard!
Not visible. So I did fuck up there, but he bit and he what branch service were you in? I was in the Army. What MOS were you? I was mechanic, 6'3" Sierra, heavy wheel vehicle mechanic. He was clearly military. We fucking did the regular banter where I can get out of my ticket. And he goes, here's the deal. We had a lot of parents calling in lately because kids are getting out of school and people are doing 70 miles an hour down this road. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen people doing 70 mile an hour down this road. They're fucking dicks. He goes, well, the consequence of that is we have zero tolerance for speeding right now, so I'm going to have to give you a ticket for 30 and a 25.
In a golf cart.
In a golf
From
cart.
the Border Patrol?
No, Sheriff.
Oh, sure.
So he disappears for almost 20 minutes, which left me ample time
Fuming.
to fucking seethe. I had so many things I wanted to just sarcastic fucking, sir, I want to tell you how grateful I am that you were here at this moment to save me from exceeding the speed limit. And I want to tell you how grateful I am that I live in a county where nothing more important than me going 5 miles an hour over the speed limit was happening in Cochise County right now.
Yes. I'm glad that you wore that bulletproof vest because 5 miles over the limit could really take a guy's chest out. You cunt fucking coward.
Oh, that was much more mild than the things I was thinking. But I wanted to.
I was riffing.
I wanted to cuss.
was scatting.
I wanted to fucking. But I knew it would do me no good, as a diplomat knows. And I fucking said what any diplomat would say when he handed me a ticket: is fucking yes, sir, thank you. But then that motherfucker tried to thank me for my service. I want to say thanks for your service. But fuck you! You don't get to fucking address that now. That was supposed to save me from a ticket, motherfucker.
Irony.
So now I have to go to court for a 5 mile an hour over the speed limit ticket in a golf cart.
Can I be your attorney?
It's $62. I think I'll be a diplomat and just give them $62.
I
If
think
anybody wants to donate to my, no,
Are you going to do a crowdsourcing, some kind of GoFundMe?
GoFundMe.
Donate to Andy Andrews DUI fund before you donate to my $62.
Oh, there's a buck from Taylor.
buck.
So you're almost there.
61.
So what was the area that you got pulled over in? Is it near a town or is it near?
Okay, that's a good question because I can describe it. On the left side is I think it's a trailer park, but it's not an organized trailer park. It's just a lot with
Like
trailers.
Slab City?
It's like
That
a
could be
lot
anywhere
with
in
trailers
Arizona.
on. Half of them Don't have anybody living in there. They have plywood over the top. There's some couches outside the trailer right where I got pulled over that said free last year. Now it's just couches sitting with weeds growing all around them. And on the other side of me is nothing but desert for as far as you can see.
So there's no like a school or a bus stop.
Nothing at all.
Just a flash mob mobile home park.
At best, I could have hit a crack baby in this area.
Yeah.
Remember fucking Brendan Walsh's bit about crack babies and where are they now? Because they have to be crack adults. Because that was the 80s. I can't remember how it went, but it was a fucking beautiful bit. And we'll be doing the same thing about Zika babies in 20 years. I won't be here to see it.
Yeah. Brendan Walsh, Bone Zone.
I, for one, feel really protected that they were out there taking care of you. You know, I think that
When
Saving you
bullets
from
are
yourself.
flying over her granddaughter's head.
I feel safer that they were out there watching for you speeding 5 miles over the speed limit.
I had so many sarcastic things to say to him, but then I realized that you're fucking stoned as shit.
When's your court date?
You know, the 29th, September 29th.
Fuck, we'll be gone. This falls into the category of it's only funny if you really do it. And on that pilot, I really wanted to do that, but I don't know enough current comedy. Like, I remember Ron Morey used to have a bit about for tobacco use only at head shops. And like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke tobacco out of a 6-foot bong shaped like Jerry Garcia's head at a restaurant back when you could smoke in restaurants. And like, I wanted to have a segment of it's only funny if you really do it and take comics bits, but the fucking Stephen Wright had a bit about getting a traffic ticket and pleading insanity. Who else but an insane person would park on the free? I forget how the bit goes.
Went to court for a parking ticket. I pleaded insanity. I said, Your Honor, why would anyone in their right mind park in the passing lane?
You pleading insanity on this?
That's how I get out of federal jury duty.
I found a fucking lawyer that's fun that I know.
Me too.
I had to make a new will because I realized I'm aware of my lifestyle. I know I should have a will, but back when I made one, we had first moved here. We had one house, bingos. If she gets shit, then they can cut all her disability
Assistance.
Yeah,
State assistance.
So yeah, I had to remake a will now that we have more shit.
Well, you got that CISO money rolling
Point
in.
is, it was the lawyer is a guy that was really one of the catalysts for me moving here. So yeah, I'll talk to him. He's up for a gag. If you want to plead insanity on this, that would be fucking hilarious. I'll bankroll it.
I got a $62 ticket, but I'm willing to play whatever role you need me to.
It could be funny. You are technically insane.
Technically, yes. I have documentation.
Let's take a
Yeah,
Stephen
the
Wright
federal
joke.
government has deemed you like mentally
Well, we're
incapacitated at some level, right?
Can we spitball this a little more? Because I don't want them to take away my driver's license because I'm too insane to drive my golf cart.
You can't have shoelaces anymore.
Yeah. I want to make sure that
I don't like wearing slip-ons.
I'm insane, but I'm not dumb enough to shoot myself in the fucking foot.
We'll talk about it. We have a long night of drinking ahead of us. Let's get to CISO quickly. The new special on CISO. No?
You wanted to go to Inman.
Oh, fuck, Inman. There's a...
We'll wrap up on CISO.
Yeah, we should wrap up. Well, we have to do the latest on James Inman. If you haven't heard all the podcasts, I actually watched The Unbookables last night. I got 40 minutes into it, and then Kenny showed up, so but I'll watch the rest. But the recut is completely different, and I laughed my balls off. I really liked it.
I'd never seen the first one, but when you told me last night that you were watching it on Amazon, I didn't know it was on Amazon, and I watched it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It
The
was
new
fucking
one is on
hilarious.
Amazon.
While
Yeah.
James Inman was going on tilt hardcore, I kept calling him for over a week. He never answered it's his wife's phone. He doesn't own a phone.
He has a wife.
Yeah. It's been covered. I'm like, then I find out he shut down his whole Twitter account because of our bullying of him. I guess there was some bullying, but there was bullying back. He's just not good at it. We don't care. But I did watch the new recut of The Unbookables, and I fucking loved it. And there's Walsh and Sean Rouse. Sean Rouse carries the fucking thing. He's so funny. I want to tour with Sean Rouse. All I'm missing is the comedian that can corral Sean Rouse. And Nurse made him. Every part of him is fucked except for his comedy.
I'd carry Sean Rouse all over. That guy's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but what you need to do,
Chad, easy,
what
Chad.
you need
This
to
is
do,
a big job.
Oh, yeah, I don't know all of the
what
details.
Chad Shank needs to do is write 5 minutes of comedy, which you're going to do because you're going to be opening here October 6th, Betty. Everyone in the room, locals. Mishka Shubaly and Christine Levine will be playing on October 6th at the Stock Exchange, and he's going to be hosting. So I hope you write some shit.
All right.
You'll do it. You have to do it now. It's announced.
I can announce fucking people's names. I don't have to know shit.
You don't have to, but you're going to want to. You're going to go, I'm going to fucking write at least one fucking joke. You know you will.
I might have already, but then I look at it and then I think it's not funny. So then I just cross it out and throw that away.
Chad
How do you
Shank
get past
has,
that part?
since the audio book came out, Digging Up Mother, rave reviews for a groundbreaking audio book that includes podcast elements and people from the book. Yeah, we did something I don't think anyone else has ever done.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I don't know how to take it when people tweet, oh, the audiobook is so much better than the book. They're both me, but
You can listen. You can read the book and then listen to podcasts. All the people are basically on a podcast. We offer it in separate parts, or the audiobook where it's all put together.
but a million people have said,
Yeah.
oh, the audiobook.
That's good.
I read the book, but the audiobook, so much better.
When
And always with Chad Shank name.
I've set up a profile on Audible's website so that I can start soliciting to read more audiobooks. And I didn't have any credits. It just has like a cookie cutter template where you put shit in, and it's like, what's your credits or reviews? And I'm like, well, I don't have anything. And then I was like, oh wait, Stanhope has reviews on his book, so I cut out every section that talked about me and put it in quotes and pasted it in my reviews. I finally quit because I felt like a douchebag. I was like, I don't have anything to put in here, and I was like, I'm just gonna stop putting stuff. There's a lot of people saying nice stuff about me.
It's so hard. The hardest thing in this business is when you have to write your own bio in the third person. Doug Stanhope is this crazy and
Often
you're
considered-
writing about how good you are, but you're acting like you're not writing it. It
Yeah.
stinks.
Yeah.
It's fucking vulgar. So at some point I go, you know what? Now we have reviews from newspaper. Just put what they said. I don't want to write anything about myself. But Chad's gonna do audiobooks.
I already found one. There's one that's only an hour long. It's how to build a chicken coop. That's probably going to be
the irony is just so
my
awesome.
first audiobook.
Yeah, back up. If you haven't listened to every single podcast, there was a time Chad Shank was trying to build a fucking chicken coop and going out of his mind, and then took acid and tried to finish it on acid. And then everyone on Twitter is trying to tell him how to fucking... And so one of the... Audible.com people sent him some things. Hey, this is what you have to do. You have to buy this equipment. You have to have, and you have to deliver a finished product. He can't audition.
Yeah.
He has to read an entire audio book
And then edit it.
and edit, send in a finished product to see if he gets picked up. And after that whole podcast, or a couple podcasts that lasted about him trying to build a chicken coop, the one they sent him was some guy writing a 1 hour, 9,000 words about how to build a chicken coop.
Well, and the other great thing about it was that he was boasting that he had 1,200 followers on Instagram. So I can enter into an arrangement with this guy where we do 50-50 split on the sales
Of the audiobook.
But I got more than 1,200 followers on Twitter. You
Yeah.
guys will fucking buy a $3 fucking book if I read it on a chicken coop, won't you?
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Killing
that's why you
termites.
said. Oh, yeah, because you'll get 50% of that.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
perpetuity, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also a bonus deal where you get, if it's their first audiobook, you get $50 that you split with the author. It's
Yeah.
like a whole, I don't know, ACX. If anybody's interested in reading audiobooks, anybody can do it at acx.com, and then you have to just set up. But you have to have fucking done shit. I'm lucky
And you
enough
can
to
get
have done
our
shit.
audiobook on audible.com, Digging Up Mother. And CISO, the new special. All right, this is, we'll try to make this succinct. We're probably at 1 hour and 10 right now, I'm guessing.
Just
How
under.
close? Just under.
We're not bad mouthing CISO on this.
No,
are we?
we're not. I
Okay.
did the other night
Okay,
because
I'll stay quiet then.
if you don't know, I use Facebook. I don't read comments, but the other night I read comments, and everyone had problems with CISO. CISO is a new streaming service. They got their growing pains like Netflix did before Netflix was
Amazon,
popular.
same thing. Amazon.com.
Yes,
Same thing for
Amazon.
years.
Well, CISO is part of Amazon, so you can
They're partners.
get it through Amazon Prime or PlayStation. I don't know, fucking even want.
Roku, Xbox. It's on a lot of platforms.
All right, so yeah, you can get it, and everyone's being a cunt, and I was demoralized reading the comments. But the big thing is CISO only works in the U.S. unless you know how to cheat the system.
Backdoors.
So I've been putting on my Facebook. I don't read your fucking comments anymore. I did that one night, but I'm putting up, hey, if you know how to cheat the system, explain it in Facebook comments under one of the topics. Yes, I want you to steal it. Like 2 people that night went, oh, I'm sorry. Well, sorry. That's just the way it is. People steal stuff. Oh, no, I'm encouraging you stealing the fucking thing. I just don't know how to do it. I'm a technotard like fucking Betty is. I don't know how to, but I'm making a platform so you can show how to steal it if you BitTorrent it. I don't give a fuck what you do. I've found this since I first started putting out CDs. Yeah, the people that will buy it like me, I don't know how to steal shit, and I have the money to buy it. You don't need, if you're in the U.S., CISO gives you a free trial. So if you're that much of a cunt that, not a cunt, you don't want to spend $3.99. You get the free trial.
for your third month. You could have watched all 2 months, and then you get the third month for $3.99. You get 2 months free.
Yeah, and people aren't getting it.
Yeah.
You can get it for free
Well, and
if
if
you
you-
live in the U.S.
I'll tell you right now, if you sign up and immediately cancel, you still get the 2 months free if you put in the code Stanhope.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to try to, because that's my thing is I was like, I don't want to try to remember to cancel shit.
Right.
You don't have to. If you sign up with the code Stanhope as the promo code, you get 60 days free. And if you cancel immediately, you still get
Still in the
60
system,
days free.
yeah.
All right, here's the bad
That's
news
probably
I
not
found
the
out
greatest
today.
promo.
Look, all
it's-
they want is people
you know what?
to log in.
Listen, they want people to sign up. I from what I know, it's all comedy. From old reruns of Johnny Carson up to Jay Okerson's
The Mighty
doing a bit.
Boosh is on there.
I immediately
Monty
started
Python.
watching The Life of Brian as soon as I was done with your special.
If
Yeah,
it stinks, cancel it.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll fucking tell them that.
I have
they
every
were
other
pissed off that one night. I read all those comments and I made a bunch of tweets that were negative about CISO because I felt like a piece of shit because I don't know how to tell people how to fix it.
Your fans are dicks.
Yeah, my fans are dicks. But the point is, yeah, you don't like it, cancel it immediately, and otherwise, oh fuck, I just got billed for $3.99. That's the price of a fucking number 2 at Wendy's.
Hey, I'm technologically challenged, and I had no problem with it.
In your face,
That's,
Stanhope.
that,
In your face, everybody.
that's an 81-year-old woman who just said that.
Part of the value
That did time as a felon. Yeah.
Parents got it.
Oh, Bingo's parents got it. Yeah, they can
not
figure
hard.
it
they
out.
barely had
But
bingo.
no, it's the international. Why you fucking hate us now?
That's not what this is.
I know. I didn't know when I fucking took the deal.
The value to CISO is that they can start getting these subscribers jumping on, and they start testing the system and getting it out and figuring out these problems. Nothing's solved overnight.
All right.
Well, the people complaining that it's not overseas, that's going to actually help CISO because they know that the demand is there
Sure.
and they'll want to produce it more to more people. I mean, that seems to me.
When you put out a free trial, you are assuming that people will forget. That is the marketing scam. So if CISO doesn't like me pointing out that they're using the oldest, easiest marketing scam since Columbia House Record and Tapes. Tape a penny here, get 9 albums, but if you forget to cancel, we're going to fuck you. That's what you're doing. So I'm pointing that out, and guess what? My fans are drunks, and they will forget, no matter how much I remind them. And I'm going to this premiere, quote-unquote, premiere party in 2 days. Where I'll see the CISO people face to face, and I'll be able to belligerently, with hot alcohol breath, explain this to their face, and I can't wait for that. I tried to use my emergency surgery for my hernia to get out. It was supposed to be the 12th when I got my fucking surgery, and I go, I'm sorry, I got surgery. I can't. Well, we'll tell them it's emergency surgery. Yeah, tell them whatever the fuck you want, but surgery is more important than sitting and talking to a bunch of fucking suits who are going to make obligatory comments about what they liked about this special and what all the things we can do in the future. Hollywood's such a fucking just gas bags. So yeah, I can't wait to tell them, yeah.
Good, because this is going out on Monday, the morning of your premiere with
good.
the suits. So,
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
Well, I want them to have some context of why you're
Good.
blowing hot alcohol breath in their face, and they're like, who are you?
Anyway, international. There's a VPN. I keep hearing over and over again. There's a way you can do it. Just go to my scroll through my tweets and my Facebook shit, and people will tell you how to steal it. If they BitTorrent it, I don't know what that means. I know the nomenclature. I don't know what it means.
Kind of like LimeWire or
fucking steal it and put it out.
it's a way of collecting it onto your server, or
And
onto
the
your
other bad news,
your hard drive.
we got a little bit fucked on this one because last time we went on Netflix, and it was 3 months before we could sell hard copies, DVDs, where the sign it and you have a thing.
It's exclusive with
6
CISO.
months now. 6.
Okay, so
6
they get
fucking
an
months.
exclusive for 6 months before you can actually burn
Yeah,
hard
so
copies and get them out there.
I kept telling people on the internet, on the
So
social
they'll-
media.
So there will be hard copies out there long before you're able to put hard copies out there, is what you're saying.
Yeah. You know what? Fucking sell them. Burn it on a DVD and sell it on fucking eBay. I don't care. You have to understand, I worked on this for 18 months before I filmed it, and then it was almost a year before it was released. And I was just so happy that the references still make sense. If ISIS was defeated, I'd be defeated. Remember ISIS?
Anyone?
Yeah.
Cricket?
Yeah. The special holds up, and I never say this about my shit. I really fucking like this special. Duggars. It doesn't matter. I spelled
You
the
set it
Duggars
up
out.
right.
I set it up
good.
so if you never
Everything-
heard of the
everything
Duggars,
hits. It's
then,
good.
You get it.
And the Royale looks awesome on camera. I mean, some people were some lighting director or something was hitting
Some
up.
cunt. There's
hitting up
always
Hennigan.
one cunt,
But it's
that
like-
you fixate on because he sent some tweet.
But everything-
next time, hire me for lighting, and then of course Hennigan jumps in before I ever read
The
it.
director.
It's it was lit the way we wanted. You fucking cunt. Like
this guy-
hashtag like your opinion matters.
He's trying to make his job sound important. It's like it really worked, and everything he complained about is what I liked about it. Is that it was just you on that stage. It was just there weren't light bulbs hanging down or a big.
I fucking hate
backdrop.
so many comics I love that I watch their HBO Showtime specials, and you go, this is not what comedy is like when you do comedy. This is overfluffed, overlit, fucking roving cameras in the audience, which nothing will queer an audience from laughing than a fucking giant camera in their face. How much are you gonna...
You flip out when there's a camera, a phone in your face with the red light on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you're fixated.
That's a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh wait. I wanted to plug. Well, I guess. Oh, if this goes out Monday. Yeah. Take the fucking. How is Philly a 3-point dog to the Bears on Monday night? I know it's at Chicago, but yeah, take Philly and Kitchen Confidential. I finally finished. I was gonna read like 9 books during my surgery, prelim and post-op. I only finished Anthony Bourdain, who is now in my top 5 day drink. Who would you rather day drink with? Anthony Bourdain, Kitchen Confidential. It's 16 years old, but I get around to it.
I think he
finally.
still smokes too. So you have
he does.
smoking
Fuck
and
yeah.
drinking. You guys have a good time.
I want him at the FunHouse. Fucking torture at Bourdain.
Doesn't he follow you on Twitter?
He follows
Yeah.
me, but he doesn't respond to my fucking tweets. He's probably busy. All right, thank you, everyone. Chad Shank will be doing books on tape. We're actually gonna try to write one just for you to do. We have a open. We'll talk.
What?
After.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Can I pick the closing song?
Oh wait, that's right.
Wait, did you have some thank yous for anything?
Yeah, I do. I have thank you. Someone sent me a book, a Buddha. They tried to steal the Bible, but it was a Buddhist book. And
The Bagat.
Those from Hawaii.
What was that? Bagat.
bingo. What else? You got some shit. I don't know. We get a lot of shit. I'm
All right,
sorry.
Let's do it next time. You're not ready.
Yeah, I'm not ready.
Just say here are the thank yous.
Yeah. Thank you for sending shit to 212 Van Dyke Street, Bisbee, Arizona, 85603. And yeah, we get a lot of nice stuff. Thank you. Let's close this down. Watch the fucking UFC. What?
You had a song?
Oh yeah. There's
You fucking lost your whole train of thought.
Mishka Shubaly, my favorite song.
Here we go.
He got Chad Shank here to sing a cover version, and we're gonna close on that.
It was very covert.
Don't you cut your hair?
Don't cut your hair. Stanhope wasn't supposed to know about it. It was me and Mishka and Jobi.
Haven't
And,
heard it yet.
There it is.
Here we go.
The potato peelings in the sink did not turn into vodka as I had hoped. I only start to need a drink after the liquor stores have closed. You left a bunch of dirty Kleenex underneath the mattress like an unwanted batch of kittens. Everybody's got secrets and I'm forgotten, but I don't mistake it for forgiving. I heard you changed your name again. Don't you change your whole hair. There was was the only thing I liked about you in the end. La la la. Buying a pregnancy test at Safeway. The woman at the laundromat can't meet my eyes. Girls at the bus stop, the stripper downstairs know some of the girls in some of the movies that I watch sometimes. Woman calling on the telephone, losing patience. Her voice sounds like whiskey and milk. No, I can't pay the bill, but please call back. Got to know that you're alright. I heard you change your name again. Don't you change your hair. It was the only thing I liked about you in the end. La la la. Heard you changed your name again, darling. Don't you change your hair.